If you have been waiting all year to upgrade your living room setup, the wait is officially over. We are talking about the absolute best TV deals for December 2025. Listen, I know what you're thinking. Are the holiday sales actually real, or did they just jack up the price to mark it down? I have spent the last 48 hours combing through Amazon, Best Buy, and Walmart, tracking price histories and weeding out the fake sales. I'm not going to waste your time with junk panels that will break in a year. We are looking at record low prices on brand new 2025 models and some massive clearance steals on last year's top-tier tech. We have 75-inch screens for under $800, OLEDs that have finally dropped below the grand mark, and budget picks that actually look good. We're going to break this down into 3 specific categories so you can find exactly what fits your wallet. We're starting with the best budget deals for those of you who want to spend as little as possible. Then we'll move to the mid-range kings, the sweet spot of price and performance, and we'll finish with the heavy hitters, the absolute best TVs money can buy right now. Get your wish lists ready. Let's dive into the deals. All right, let's kick this off with the budget category. And when I say budget, I don't mean cheap and nasty. In December 2025, budget actually gets you a lot of television. We are looking for screens that give you 4K resolution, decent smart features, and reliable performance without emptying your savings account. First up on the chopping block, we have an absolute steal from Toshiba. This is the 50-inch C350 4K Fire TV. Right now, Amazon has slashed the price on this bad boy. It was sitting at around $350, but you can grab it right now for just $169.99. Let's be real for a second. A 50-inch 4K smart TV for under $200? That is unbeatable. Now, who is this TV for? If you're looking for a secondary TV for a bedroom, a guest room, or maybe you're a student heading back to the dorms in January, this is it. The C350 runs on the Fire TV operating system. This is great because it means you don't need to buy a separate streaming stick. Netflix, Disney+, Prime Video, it's all built right in. The interface is snappy enough for everyday use. Picture-wise, it uses Toshiba's Redza Engine 4K. It's not going to blow your mind with cinema-level contrast, but for watching the news, sports, or binging a sitcom, it is sharp, clear, and colorful. It supports HDR, so you get decent dynamic range, but keep your expectations in check. It's not going to get blindingly bright. But for $170, it's a no-brainer. Next up, sticking with the Amazon ecosystem, we have the Amazon 4 Series 55-inch 4K Fire TV. This is a brand new iteration of their popular 4 Series. It usually retails for about $460, but it is currently down to $369.99. That's a record low price for this specific model. So why would you pay the extra money over the Toshiba? A few reasons. First, you're getting a slightly larger screen at 55 inches. That extra 5 inches makes a bigger difference than you think in a living room. Second, the integration with Alexa on this model is tighter. If you have a smart home setup, maybe you have a Ring doorbell or smart lights, you can control all of that directly from this TV. You can ask Alexa to dim the lights or show you who is at the front door without leaving the couch. The picture quality here is a step up, too. It supports HDR10 and HLG. The colors are vibrant and the text is crisp. It's a very safe buy. It's not trying to be a gaming monitor, it's just a solid, reliable television for streaming movies and TV shows. If you want something that just works out of the box with zero hassle, this is a strong contender. Now, let's talk about a deal that honestly surprised me. This is technically a mid-range spec TV, but the price is so low right now that it falls firmly into the budget category. I'm talking about the Insignia 55-inch QF Series QLED 4K Fire TV. Listen to this price drop. It was $400. It is now $229.99 at Best Buy. Here is why this is important. QLED. That stands for Quantum Dot LED. Usually, under $300, you are getting a standard LED screen, which can look a bit washed out in a bright room. QLED uses a layer of quantum dots to boost color and brightness. To get that tech for $229 is almost unheard of. If you enjoy watching animated movies, nature documentaries, or anything with bold, popping colors, the Insignia QF is going to look significantly better than the Toshiba or the Amazon 4 series we just talked about. It also supports Dolby Vision, which is a premium HDR format that optimizes the picture scene by scene. Audio-wise, it has Dolby Atmos support, though as with any budget TV, I'd still recommend grabbing a cheap soundbar eventually. But strictly visually speaking, this is the best picture quality you will find for under $250. Period. Rounding out our budget section, we have the heavy hitter. This is the one that tops the best budget TV lists consistently. It is the Roku Plus Series TV. You can find the 55-inch model on Amazon right now for $549.99. I know, that's a jump up from the $200 models. But let me explain why it's worth the stretch if you can afford it. The Roku Plus is widely considered the king of budget TVs. Like the Insignia, this is a QLED panel, so you get those rich, saturated colors. But Roku pushes the brightness further. If your living room has a lot of windows or overhead lights, this TV handles reflections and glare much better than the cheaper options. It also supports both Dolby Vision and HDR10+. But the real selling point here is the Roku OS. In my opinion, and the opinion of many tech reviewers, Roku has the easiest, cleanest interface on the market. It is dead simple to use. It's fast, it's not cluttered with ads like some other platforms, and the search function is fantastic. You also get the Roku Voice Remote Pro, which is rechargeable. No more hunting for AA batteries, and it has a lost remote finder. If you lose the remote in the couch cushions, you just say, "Hey Roku, find my remote," and it starts beeping. That feature alone is worth gold in my house. So, to recap the budget section, go for the Toshiba C350, $169, if you need the absolute cheapest decent screen for a secondary room. Grab the Insignia QF, $229, if you want the best colors for the lowest price. And choose the Roku Plus, $549, if you want a premium experience and a user-friendly interface without paying premium prices. All right, let's move up a weight class. We are entering the mid-range category. This is where things get exciting. This is the sweet spot. You aren't paying $2,000 or $3,000, but you are getting advanced technology like mini LED, high refresh rates for gaming, and premium designs. If you want a TV that will serve as the main entertainment hub for your family for the next 5 to 7 years, this is where you should be looking. Our first pick here is a monster of a deal from Hisense. This is the Hisense 75-inch U6 Series 4K Mini LED TV. Note the size, 75 inches. This is a massive display. Normally, this retails for over $1,000. Right now, thanks to an early holiday deal on Amazon, it is down to $747.99. That is a 26% discount. Getting a 75-inch mini LED for under $800 is wild. Now, what is mini LED? Think of it this way. Traditional LED TVs have a few dozen lights behind the screen. Mini LEDs have hundreds, sometimes thousands of tiny lights. This allows for much better control over contrast. Blacks look deeper, and brights look brighter without bleeding into the dark areas. The U6 series is also fantastic for gamers on a budget. It includes VRR, variable refresh rate, and ALM, auto low latency mode. If you have a PlayStation 5 or Xbox Series X, these features ensure your gameplay is smooth and doesn't stutter. It also supports Dolby Vision. If you have a large wall to fill and you want that home theater immersion without buying a projector, this 75-inch Hisense is the value king of the month. Next up, we have something a little different. This isn't just about specs, it's about style. If you have ever looked at the Samsung The Frame TV and thought, I want that, but I don't want to spend that much money, then you need to look at this deal. This is the TCL 65-inch A300W NXTVISION series. It's their lifestyle TV. Best Buy has dropped the price from $1,300 down to $999.99. This TV is designed to look like a piece of art. It has an ultra-slim design and comes with an off-white bezel that blends into your decor. It even includes a light wood-colored magnetic frame in the box, something Samsung usually charges extra for. When you aren't watching Netflix, you can set this TV to art mode. It displays curated classic art or your own personal photo gallery. It uses a matte screen finish which cuts down on reflections and makes the digital art look more like a real canvas. But under the hood, it's still a solid TV. It's a QLED panel, so the colors are punchy. It's not just a pretty face, it handles 4K content beautifully. This is the perfect TV for a living room where design matters. If you hate the look of a big black rectangle on your wall, the TCL A300W is the solution. And at $999, it is significantly cheaper than its main competitor. Now for the top dog of the mid-range. The TV that gives you 95% of the performance of a high-end flagship for half the price. I am talking about the Hisense U8H Quantum Series. You can grab the 55-inch model on Amazon for $973.95 or the 65-inch for around $1,495. Why is this the best mid-range pick? Because the specs are ridiculous. It uses many LED backlighting paired with quantum dots. The peak brightness on the U8H is blinding. Literally, it can hit brightness levels that make HDR content look incredibly realistic. Explosions, sunlight reflecting off water, neon signs, they pop off the screen. It runs on the Google TV interface, which I personally love. It does a great job of aggregating content from all your apps into one screen. The voice remote is super responsive and the build quality feels premium. But where the U8H really shines is in mixed usage. Whether you are watching sports, playing games, or watching a dark, moody movie, it handles it all. The local dimming zones do a great job of keeping black bars black. It's not quite OLED level perfect, but it is very, very close. For under $1,000 for the 55-inch, you are getting a TV that will make your friends jealous. So, for the mid-range, Hisense U6 75-inch is your go-to for size and value at $747. TCL A300W $999 is the choice for aesthetics and design lovers. Hisense U8H is the performance powerhouse if picture quality is your #1 priority. Now we arrive at the main event, the best overall TVs. These are the screens you buy when you want no compromises. We're talking about OLED technology, perfect blacks, infinite contrast, and the latest AI processing. If you are a cinephile or a hardcore gamer, this is your section. We have to start with the TV that is currently ranked #1 on almost every tech site, including TechRadar, the LG C4 OLED TV. This is the 2024/2025 darling. The 48-inch model is currently down to $816 on Amazon, and the ever-popular 55-inch model is on sale at Best Buy for $1,196.99, down from $1,500. Why is the LG C4 the best? It's all about the C-Series legacy. LG has perfected the OLED formula. With the C4, you get the new Alpha 9 AI chip. This processor is a beast. It upscales lower-resolution content like cable TV or old YouTube videos and makes them look nearly 4K. But the real upgrade this year is brightness. Historically, OLEDs were a bit dim compared to LED TVs. The C4 gets significantly brighter, making it suitable even for rooms with some lights on. And for my gamers out there, this is the holy grail. It features 4 HDMI 2.1 ports. This is crucial. It means you can plug in a PS5, an Xbox, and a gaming PC, and all of them can run at 4K 120Hz simultaneously. It even supports 144Hz refresh rates for PC gaming, which is rare for a TV. It has VRR, ALLM, and NVIDIA G-Sync certification. Input lag is virtually non-existent. If you play Call of Duty or competitive shooters, this TV gives you an actual advantage. It is ultra-thin, looks gorgeous, and the WebOS 24 system is smoother than ever. At $1,196 for the 55-inch, this is a buy-it-for-life kind of purchase. Next up, we have a massive surprise from Samsung. This is the Samsung 65-inch S84F OLED TV, 2025 model. Best Buy has gone crazy with this one. It was priced at $2,000. It is now selling for $949.99. That is over 50% off. Getting a current year 65-inch Samsung OLED for under $950 is arguably the best raw value deal on this entire list. The S84F uses Samsung's OLED technology, which differs slightly from LG's. Samsung OLEDs are known for having slightly more vibrant, punchy colors. The reds and blues are incredibly deep. It uses the NQ4 AI Gen 2 processor, which ensures that everything stays sharp and rich. One thing to note about Samsung TVs, they do not support Dolby Vision. They use their own format called HDR10+. For most people, this isn't a deal breaker because HDR10+ still looks amazing, but it's worth noting. However, Samsung makes up for it with the Tizen Smart TV system. It includes the Samsung Gaming Hub, which lets you stream Xbox games directly to the TV without a console. You just need a controller and an internet connection. If you want a huge 65-inch OLED and you love that saturated Samsung look, you cannot beat $949. Finally, for the true cinema purists, if you watch more movies than you play games, this is the one for you. The Sony 77-inch Bravia 8 4K OLED TV. This is a big boy, 77 inches of pure OLED glory. It was $3,200, it is now down to $2,199 at Best Buy. That's a $1,000 discount. Sony processes images differently than LG or Samsung. They aim for creator's intent. They want the movie to look exactly how the director filmed it. The picture is natural, organic, and incredibly detailed. The Bravia 8 handles motion processing better than anyone else, so fast action scenes in movies don't have that weird soap opera effect. But the killer feature here is the sound. Most TVs sound terrible. The Bravia 8 uses Acoustic Surface Audio Plus. The screen is the speaker. Actuators behind the glass vibrate the panel to create sound. When a character on the left side of the screen talks, the sound actually comes from their mouth. It is incredibly immersive. It's also perfect for PlayStation 5, offering exclusive features like auto HDR tone mapping when connected to a Sony console. If you are building a home theater and you have the budget, the 77-inch Bravia 8 is the ultimate centerpiece. So we've covered a lot of ground. We've looked at everything from the $170 Toshiba to the $2,200 Sony Giant. Before you pull the trigger, I want to give you 3 quick tips for buying a TV in December 2025. 1. Check your stand width. These new TVs, especially the 65 and 75-inch models, often have feet that are very far apart. Make sure your TV stand is wide enough or plan to wall mount it. 2. Don't ignore the OS. If you hate the interface, you'll hate the TV. If you love Roku, stick with Roku or get a stick. If you love Google's ecosystem, Hisense and Sony are your friends. 3. Cables matter. If you are buying one of the high-end OLEDs for gaming, make sure you buy a certified HDMI 2.1 cable. Old cables won't let you hit that 120 Hz sweet spot. Here's the quick summary if you are still undecided. Best budget? Roku Plus Series. It's just the most reliable, easy-to-use TV for the money. Best mid-range? Hisense U8H. The brightness and contrast for the price are unbeatable. Best overall deal? It has to be the LG C4 OLED. It does everything perfectly. Gaming, movies, streaming, and at $1,196, it is the gold standard. Best value surprise? That Samsung 65-inch S84F OLED for $949 is a steal. If you want size and OLED quality on a budget, that is the winner. I have left links to all these deals in the description below. These prices tend to fluctuate rapidly in December, so if you see the price I mentioned, grab it before it's gone. If this video helped you save some cash or find the perfect TV, do me a favor and hit that like button. It really helps the channel. And subscribe if you want to stay updated on the best tech deals heading into the new year. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.